All right, so the time's finally come. We're gonna start rebuilding my abandoned 1987 Jeep Comanche. This thing is awesome. If you missed the reveal, I put a link down in the description so you can go check out that video. Before we get started, I wanna thank everybody for helping me get to my goal of 50 subscribers. I mean, it's such a blessing. Thank you so much. I'm new to YouTube and it's been a steep learning curve, but I really appreciate all of the support up till this point. So the new goal is 100 subscribers, so let's get to that. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let me know down in the comments what you think. All right, so let's get right into what we're gonna be doing today, which is we're gonna be stripping down the Comanche down to a clean slate. We need to start somewhere. And the first thing to do, I think, is to remove all of the parts that we're not gonna be using. Luckily, I do have a 2000 Jeep XJ that'll be a majority of the front end parts, which will help tremendously during the rebuild process. So there are a lot of original Comanche parts that I don't need. There are a few that we will be keeping that I know of at the moment, which are some interior pieces, the headliner and stuff like that. But for the most part, most of that original 87 Comanche front end body, engine compartment, interior, all that stuff's gotta go so we can start the process of the swap from the 2000 Jeep XJ. All right, so I think I know what I want to do first. So I think first up, we're going to start taking the interior apart. I have the new floor pans, some seat brackets. So this is going to be converted to pretty much the exact same as the front end of a Jeep XJ. So we have those parts to weld in. But before we can do that, we need to get the dash out, get all these old parts out. We're going to take the doors off just to make it easier getting in and out so the big door isn't in the way. So these original doors will be turning into half doors pretty soon, I think. I really want to see what this is going to look like, kind of get a good visual so we can stay motivated to work on this. It's definitely an overwhelming project. It's going to be pretty intense. What do you guys do to keep your big projects organized? I'm still trying to think if I should get some Tupperware, cardboard boxes, just to keep everything labeled and organized. As I get started on taking the doors off here, there's one thing that I did forget to mention, which is this truck smells so bad. My wife is always telling me that the truck smells bad, and it's been a long time coming to get to this point of cleaning out the inside. So hopefully during this process, the smell will go away. But yeah, I just thought I would let you know, when you're rebuilding something abandoned, it's gonna have some weird smells. So if you're working in a two-car garage like I am, you know the struggle of moving stuff around, especially something like this. So I came to realize that the truck was too close to the wall and I needed to get that door open so I could remove it. So here I am struggling to move this this truck in my garage, but I got it done. So a quick tip about removing the doors on a Jeep XJ or a Comanche. Most of these doors have never been removed, so you're going to find that all of the bolts are going to be rusted. They'll strip out, they'll break. So what you can do in this case is go to the junkyard, pick you up some replacement mounting plates. That way you can replace all of the ones that are broken. All right, so that's all I have time for tonight. I managed to get both of the doors off and I started cleaning up the interior. So I removed all of the rear interior trim pieces. Those are the Comanche specific trim pieces that I know I need to keep. So we'll be painting those at a later time to match the interior of the 2000 XJ that we'll be swapping into this. So tomorrow I'll be focusing on getting the dash out. That way we can start prepping the interior for the floor pan replacement and the firewall modifications that need to happen. So we'll catch you tomorrow. All right, so it's the next day. I just got home from work, so I'm gonna get started back on the Comanche here. The main goal tonight is to get the dashboard removed. I really don't care if it breaks during the process, so I've never took one out, so I'm just gonna be pulling screws and getting it out as quickly as possible and doing some major cleanup during that process. So anyways, let's get into it. I do have something I want to show you, so I'll turn the camera around here and I'll show you what that is. All right, so obviously I knew this was going to be a huge project when I purchased this Comanche. It is far from being a functional vehicle, but during the removal of the doors, I did notice that the door hinges are cracked. It's not uncommon on XJs or MJs to see cracked door hinges. They just tear off the unibody. These unibodies are super thin, and yeah, just over time, it puts a lot of strain on the unibody. So there's companies out there that sell reinforcement plates, so you can reinforce the hinges and the striker. So I'm gonna be doing that as well during this process. Anyways, let's get to removing the dash. So let me know down in the comments, are you a bigger fan of the 96 and older dash like this one, or do you like more the 97 and newer like I'm going to be swapping to? I'm kind of on the fence. I like the old school dash and I like the new school dash, so I mean, at the end of the day, which do you prefer? So it's not very often that you get to just remove interior pieces, dash, and trim without fear of breaking them. But in my situation, and what led to my decision overall, was somebody before me cut a lot of the wiring. There was tons of damaged interior pieces, missing pieces. So that led to my decision of buying that 2000 Jeep XJ and deciding to swap that interior into this Comanche. Pretty sure most of the bad smell was coming from the heater box here, also from the sound deadening that was behind it. It was all really moldy looking and dusty, so that's why I'm just ripping it out. I don't plan on reusing it. I also plan on using some better insulation for the firewall when we get to that point, so that's why I'm not really worried about it. All right, so this is the end of day 2, stripping down the interior and pretty much removing all of the parts that I don't need. I made a lot of progress today, got the dash out, was able to get everything out of here, so definitely happy with this progress so far. I have a huge pile of stuff to haul down to the dumpster, but you know, this is part of the process. You know, I needed to remove all of this stuff so I could begin the 2000 Jeep XJ swap. And the main thing was also to see how bad the floor pans actually were. So you can see here, not as bad as I was thinking it was gonna be. You know, definitely bad, but I've seen pictures of XJs and Comanches that have way worse floor rot than this. So definitely excited that it's not as bad as it could have been. Anyway, so tomorrow we'll be stripping the rest off the front here, get rid of all these other parts that I don't need, fenders, and the front axle. So we'll do that tomorrow night. Anyways, so we'll catch you tomorrow. All right, so it's day 3. I just got home from work. Hopefully this is the last night we'll be working on tearing down the Jeep Comanche, getting it down to a clean slate so we can get started on all the repairs. So one thing I did notice when I first got home today is the smell in the garage is so much better. So getting rid of all that old, moldy, dirty interior made a huge difference. I know my wife will be happy with that. So anyways, tonight we're gonna be removing the rest of the front end stuff, fenders, all the components in the engine compartment, the front axle. We might even get to the fuel tank. Not 100% sure, we'll just see how the night goes. So let's get into starting with the engine compartment and getting all those old Comanche engine bay parts out of there. One really cool thing about this whole build is I have a full running and driving donor vehicle, which is going to make the world of difference when it comes to rebuilding this Comanche. It's going to be such an awesome moment when we fire this thing up for the first time after all the hard work that I've put into it. There sure is something therapeutic about rebuilding something, cleaning something, making something better than when you found it. I know if this Jeep Comanche was a person or a living thing, it would be so grateful for the time that I'm taking to do all this, and the final outcome is going to be so amazing. The whole goal of my YouTube channel is to inspire everybody to go and build cool things. Regardless of how big or small the project may seem, I hope that you feel inspired enough to go out there and do something that you're proud of. All right, so I ran into a little bit of a snag. So I was trying to remove the battery tray over there on the other side, and the bolts were spinning. So in order to get those bolts out, I needed that fender off. Well, come to find out, most of the fender bolts are all stripped out, so I had to get the angle grinder out and cut some of them. I was able to get this driver's side off. It wasn't too bad. It all came off in one piece. So I'm gonna move on to that passenger side and get that one knocked out. All right, sorry about that. The camera fell off the windshield while I was using the Sawzall. So I just continued on going without picking up the camera. But anyway, so I got that battery tray out. I also cut the tie rod, and I was able to get the steering gearbox out. This is looking really great. I'm pretty proud of the progress that I've made so far. The front end is pretty much ready for me to start working on it and getting things figured out. There are a few little brackets here and there that I'll remove as time goes on, but yeah, it's turning out pretty good. All right, so that's the end of the video. So thank you so much for sticking around till the end. And if you did stick around to the end, let me know down in the comments what you're thinking about this project. Is this something that you would do? Am I crazy for doing this? I mean, I'm definitely feeling a little overwhelmed throughout the process. I've taken several breaks and just sat there and looked at it, trying to wrap my head around what I'm doing here. It's gonna be a long process. I need to slow down, I need to pace myself, but we'll get it done. I haven't not finished a project so far, so we're gonna keep that streak going with the Comanche. Anyways, in the next episode, I will be flipping the Comanche around. I want the front facing towards the back of the garage, so that way it's easier for me to have access with my welder. So we're gonna start right into repairing the floors. I'm excited to get those floors done, because then after that, we can move into getting that 2000 XJ swap done. I want to thank everybody that subscribed to the channel, that's commented, that's liked it. It really blows me away of all the response that I've got since I've started my YouTube channel. It's super motivating to keep pumping out the videos, bringing more content of my builds to the channel. So thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. Anyways, don't forget to get out there on the trails, get out there in your garages, build some cool things, and most importantly, stay safe out there. We'll catch you next time.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your